Hello Pisces, welcome to your February 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. First and foremost, I want to wish you a happy birthday if that's applicable for you this month. Look forward to your birthday reading later here in the month. Okay, let's get started right away. You do have the Vinegar card. And you know the Vinegar card is number 34 in this deck. So Vinegar. It's acidity, right? It's sort of a sour note. This could be coming from someone else in your energy, or it could be, Pisces, coming from you, at least this month, right? If you plan on sharing something with an acid-based tongue, try to do so sparingly. You might be tempted this month. You might be very tempted this month to do otherwise. It's sort of a little nudge from spirit. You have protection here, and it says strong protective magic for the family and the home. This month, regardless of what happens, or at least what initially happens, consider yourself protected. Things will happen this month by the end of the month, you're going to understand that everything happened for a reason. I know that that saying is overused and can be annoying, but it is true in this case. You do have controlling, and it says take control of your life with better boundaries, protect yourself, and stop being pushed around. Yeah, I can see that. And here you're promised a new life. It says you're clearing out old energies and forging a new path, leading you to great new discoveries and adventures. So you may be dealing with people who are controlling this month too. You yourself may be trying to control your tongue. Yeah, let's look at the Lenormand. You pulled two of them. One is 19 and one is 20. You have the Garden and the Tower. Now, as far as the Garden goes, it is number 20 in this deck. And it's something social, right? Social networks, society at large. It's teamwork. It could be a social construct of family. It could be a work environment. It could be a friend group. You do have the Tower here, and the Tower here is very different from the Tower in the Tarot deck. The Tower could mean arrogance coming from other people. It could mean your opinions feeling very isolated in that tower. It could represent authority as well. Okay, you have these two cards too, and one of them is the Rock, which is number 20. You have two number 20s here, by the way, already. And it says here endurance. Rock is a very grounded thing, very earth-laden energy, right? Look for groundedness in a chaotic situation this month. Don't be discouraged by a slow progression, or if it has been slow up to this point, as long as progression is indeed being made. Sometimes, Pisces, the obstacle itself is the way through. Now, you have gravity here, and this actually says groundedness on it, so you have a double whammy here, right? Double earth energy. Keep your Piscean mind a little grounded this month, more so than normal. It's a key word for you. Seek a grounded perspective as to what's going on in this situation, because does seem to be a situation here on the table for you. So you have farewell. There may be something you are saying goodbye to this month. I'm really not getting sadness. Definitely not getting sadness here. You have the number 13, and it says you're a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook, and I believe that's where groundedness comes in, keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. I am confident. Now, every time I see the number 13, I always think of the Death card, right? That rebirth energy. So we'll keep that under our hats as we move along here. You have Spider, and it says you weave your web in life. What you see before you are the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it's time to make changes through your conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. And the Spider is noted as manifestation. So you're going to be receiving a manifestation this month. We'll find out when we get into the tarot, but so far so good. You have joy, and it says, as I do, will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. And this is number 16 in this deck. Now, when these cards come in upright, this is something you're going to have to seek out. There may be someone here, Pisces, that tries to put out your joy, or a situation that threatens to put out your joy. But for joy to be on the table here, this is something you're going to have to work towards a little bit this month and rein it back in. And I have all the confidence in the world that you'll be able to do it, because it being here means something, especially with all these other cards. Cards of staying grounded in reality, cards of saying goodbye to what needs to be said goodbye to, cards of manifestation. Definitely a new life. Definitely. Okay. So, I guess we can do the charms, right? So we have these letters. We have B as in boyfriend, E as in Edward, D as in door, H as in hallway, and N as in New York. So these letters could be someone's initials. It could be a job that you have, a building. It could be a train. It could be anything to do with this. You could write these down if you don't want to come back to the reading. Just write them down, keep them near your phone. And I have a feeling that more often than not, either one or all of these letters are going to mean something to you by the end of the month. You have money here upside down. And with the charms, the money charm doesn't mean what the tarot would mean upside down. It means it's hidden, right? You may have a new idea to make money, a new avenue to make money that you're keeping close to the chest. Or it could be or it could be actual money coming in that you're not sharing with someone. This also could be, Pisces, something you're not aware of right now, something that comes to you as a surprise. Obviously, it's a very pleasant surprise. You have the plane coming in upside down as well. So you might have hidden travel. You might be thinking about a vacation, thinking about doing those plans. You also might have to cancel a flight, or a flight may be delayed, or you may travel in regards to this money. You also have the joy. It says, wow, it says joy. I don't know if you can see that. And this is rose quartz. And see, joy is the thing this month. And it's something that you're going to actively seek, even though certain things are happening. And I do think that by the end of the month, it'll be yours. But it looks like a little bit of a struggle because of other people, because of a group, a social group, that garden card, right? So let's move on to your tarot. Oh no, let's do your astrology. So you have here, you have the card of Scorpio again, right? It's just like the number 13, just like the death card here. Scorpio, your fellow water sign. And it came out as rebirth, death, their secrets, and the secrets you could be keeping your own secrets. Scorpions are known for their ability to read the room, read emotions, read people, and connect with buried truth. So you can expect an emotional leveling up. You're going to be able to read things. Your intuition really looks to be very, very good this month. Now we also have these two cards. One being the first quarter moon. It says momentum, initiative, magnetism. There may be something that happens. You can check your moon calendar. What happens during the first quarter moon time this month may be very pivotal, may be very important. So you could mark that down on your calendar. First quarter moon, it's sort of a phase of momentum, action, making decisions. You're going to be making decisions this month. It's all due to the groundwork that you've laid in like the previous full moon, right? The waxing crescent moon phase. The moon is during this time, it's at a 90-degree angle to the sun and the earth. It sort of appears to be half illuminated, half in the shadow. Half in the shadow. There are certain things you're going to see and know, and there are certain things that your intuition will lead you to. Utilize your willpower and determination and your intuition during this time. Your efforts, I really think, are going to be rewarded in this regard. Now, we have square. It says competition, tension, disharmony. There you go. You have somebody squaring you, or a group of somebodies. It could be a social group. It's a hard angle, right? The square is most known for friction, conflict, drama. A square is when two planets are 3 zodiac signs apart, or separated by roughly like 90 degrees, falling between the same modality, right? Cardinal, fixed, mutable. This can cause tension between the points. And I think it's going to cause tension between you and someone else, or like I said, a group. A group. It could be a family, could be a work situation, could be a friend group, but there's some sort of tension going on here that you're going to know more intuitively, Pisces, than you know actually, if that makes sense. So you stick with your intuition, and honestly, you do have something coming to you. So let's definitely look at your tarot here. Let's see if I can move some of this. Okay. So you have to open up your first leg, you have receive, be open. Be open to receive. Let's see. Let's look at the rest of these cards. For your first card, you have the moon, right? Cancer energy. You have a lot of water energy. Your fellow water signs have shown up for you here, Pisces. But you do have the moon. And the moon is mysterious. Could be mysterious. The moon is many things. I'm trying to figure out what it is for you specifically, though. Intuition, subconscious. Could cause a little confusion, temporary confusion. You could be feeling a little unclear, at least initially. You do have the three, here it is. You have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. What is the Three of Pentacles? It is a group setting. It is collaboration. It is you and other people trying to get things done. This is in reverse. It's a lack of connection to an established group. Like I said, family, work, friendship. There is a group dynamic that is either making your spidey sense tingle, or it's not making you happy anymore. There's something going on, and this leads to the sun in reverse. This is pure Leo energy. Now, it's number 19 again. Number 19 breaks down to 10. So that's Pluto energy. It's Scorpion energy, right? Death and rebirth. But we'll get to the numbers later. Now, it's the aforementioned group may zap your optimism or enthusiasm temporarily. But when we add this column up and we break it down, we get Uranus, which is Aquarian energy. But you need to get ready for change. You being uncomfortable here is a catalyst to open, to receive something. So keep that under your hat as the month starts. Now, you're on your second leg, you have a card called Reflection and Projection. Let's see. Okay, so we open mid-month, and here it is. There's your manifestation. This is my card for manifestation. This is the Three of Wands, Mars in Aries energy. Manifesting something. Something coming forward, something coming towards you, and it's hitting directly from the moon. You have the moon leading into this manifestation energy. So whatever it is you were uncomfortable with, I don't think it's uncomfortable in that. It's uncomfortable more towards here. Your intuition is helping you manifest something here. Now, the center of your whole reading is the next card, and this, my friend, is the Six of Cups. Wow. The Six of Cups. Sun in Scorpio. The Six of Cups, it could mean many, many things in many readings, and it really does depend on the reading. But this manifestation, or this thing that is starting to appear to you, could be something that you have given up on previously. It could be like one of those pie in the sky things. Like, some people want to write a book, and they start writing the book, or they have these dreams of writing a book, and they're like, real life gets in the way. I really need a job. I need to make money now. This is never going to work. It could be that. I mean, I know one person, not a Pisces, but someone who is reverting back to their singing, and they're very, very, very talented. So that used to be a pie in the sky thing. She went to college for something else, and that's great. But now she's readdressing that dream. And there may be something manifesting from an old dream of yours here. And this is the center of your whole reading. It's more Scorpion energy, right? Now here you have, ironically enough, you have the Eight of Pentacles sideways. How perfect is that? And, I might add, before we get to this, you go from this group dynamic almost collapsing, or at least very at the very least feeling uncomfortable, to you readdressing a dream. Okay, so let's just get that under wraps here. But you have this Eight of Pentacles energy, Sun in Virgo, working on that incoming thing. You're making a decision mid-month. You're saying, should I work on this new thing? Should I keep addressing this old thing? Should I go for something that isn't a guarantee, but that makes me happy? This is something that you're going to have to decide mid-month. And I like this energy. It's coming right off the sun going down on you. You're like, this is not making me happy. This stands to make me happy because it is diagonally across. And you have this potential, let me work on it energy, right? And there may be something here where you look in the mirror and see a reflection that isn't accurate or wasn't accurate. You're not, perhaps you didn't look at this ability you have or this dream that you have in a serious way. But I do think your reflection is going to change. You are going to feel different. We add this up and we break it down, we get moon energy again. That intuition, that gut feeling is going to be activated. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to your third leg. You have these two cards, avoidance and guarded, right? You may be feeling a little vulnerable. You may be feeling a little guarded. You may be guarding perhaps this idea, guarding this manifestation, guarding this opportunity, because it looks like some sort of opportunity unexpectedly that opens up to you here, Pisces. And you have here the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Mercury in Sagittarius, letting go of being defensive. Maybe in the past you were defensive about this. Maybe you start off the month being defensive in general because of the situation you're in, because of the people you're surrounded by, but you're dropping that at the end of the month. And if you look at the progression, you have your intuition, you have this manifestation, and then you're like dropping your defenses. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to feel defensive anymore. I'm just going to work on what I need to work on for me, which is very healthy. It's a very healthy attitude. And this leads straight into Libra energy, this justice energy. I mean, it's that balance, right? Finding a balance. You could be acquiring justice, vindication on a personal level. Could be a legal level. Maybe you're going up against some sort of legality and you win. Maybe you're going up against some sort of legality. This is a legal situation where you're going against a group of people. But if that's the case, justice is yours. But if that's not the case, and it is the group that we talked about that's in your family, friend, or work group, justice is yours on a personal level. And it's right next to this new optimism unearthing itself, right? And you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, closing out your month. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving knight. He draws up his sword. He rides into battle. Sometimes he doesn't think much. He just does because it's such a quick-moving energy. It's Mercury and Gemini. But in reverse, it's you slowing down, putting down the sword after deciding what or what not to work on, because it's right here, right next to this decision. And I really get the feeling that you're going to be, with this avoidance card, avoiding conflict. You're going to be guarded about your manifestation, rightly so. And you need to really think, because this is a decision card, you really need to think about what's right for you. What's right for you? Now, when we add this up and we break it down, we get the moon again. How many times can you get the moon, right? That intuition is guiding you. The intuition is guiding you. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at your challenges. And challenges are just that. They're just challenges. Obviously not insurmountable, because it really looks like most of you will move through this nicely. But you have this Jupiter energy. So your new beginning here could be a challenge. You taking this action could present a challenge. You have to make this decision, right? Yeah, and you have, wow. All right, wait. Look at this. Look at this. You have a counterpart here in one way. It could be a counterpart. It could be a relationship you're in. But you, with the King of Swords coming in sideways, a challenge for you this month is, I really believe, is going to be whether to be the King of Swords upright which is a well-balanced, clear thinking, very honest and intelligent archetype, or the King of Swords in reverse, which is someone that can be very sharp-tongued and very, just not a very nice energy to deal with. Now, some people can drive you to this, and I really think this person tries to, because here you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And I think you are trying to decide whether to sink to this person's level. You know, the Queen of Swords in reverse is Saturn in Libra. By the way, the King of Swords is Sun in Aqua. But this Queen of Swords in reverse is manipulative, mouthy, unstable, gossipy, could be challenging to you, and could be trying to bring out the worst side of you. And you have to make this decision. It's a challenge, whether to jump on that or whether to just put the brakes on and say, okay, you are what you are. But you do have another queen here. And, you know, the queens obviously could be either sex. But you have this other energy here. And I really like this energy, right? Now, this could represent someone in your energy, or it could represent you stepping into this as a potential. It's going to be a challenge because you're dealing with a not so nice person. And sometimes when we're dealing with a not so nice person, it challenges us not to sink to their level, right? Someone calls you a name, you want to come back and say, yeah, you're whatever. Or they do you dirty, and you want to slice them back with that sword. But this Queen of Wands energy, and especially in the upright, Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter's energy again, moving towards a warm, it's like a warm, vibrant archetype. She represents leadership, self-awareness, tenacity, but optimism for the future. So that Jupiter energy is definitely optimistic, and it's going to be something you search for and find. If I have to make a prediction, I think most of you find it. Now, because a couple of these cards are coming in sideways, maybe one or two of you won't. It is a choice you have to make. That is why general readings cannot encompass everyone, and even this general reading encompasses two different kinds of people. But your challenges are here on the table, and I think if you play your cards right, you're going to be very successful this month. We add this up, we get ground zero. So you're building something up from the ground up, ground zero here. Let's move on to your opportunities. So here you have decisions, right? And that makes sense. We talked about the decisions you're going to have to make. You're going to have the opportunity here to make decisions to change your trajectory, if you so choose, if you so want to, if that's at all possible for you, or if you believe it's possible for you. Now, as an opportunity, you have the Two of Cups. This could represent, once you get rid of all this negative energy, a very healthy relationship. But it also, Pisces, could be the coming together of two sides of you, like puzzle pieces, to invent, create something entirely different. That transformation, manifestation, energy once again, right? This leads into the Seven of Swords in reverse. You're no longer lying to yourself or others. You are not putting up with deceptive behavior. It's the end of it. No more gaslighting, no more misrepresentation, no more yesing people to death to try to keep the peace. You have the Ten of Cups here in reverse, and the Ten of Cups is Neptune and Pisces energy. It's a broken connection, right? As an opportunity. Don't forget what column that is, right? It's something you once thought you wanted that you are rejecting. You're making a decision. Fascinating. Fascinating as always. Okay, let's pull. Let me grab these cards. We'll pull a couple of these cards and then we'll do your numerology for the month. I always love doing that. And tying everything together in a big bow. For Pisces for February 2025, you have water. God, how many times did water come out? That intuition. Emotions are at their peak, and that may be true, but so is your intuition, Pisces. That gut feeling knows more than any book, any human being, including myself, could ever tell you. Your intuition is going to be on point. At the bottom, right? Look at this. At the bottom of the deck, you have that dagger. Did someone stick that dagger in your back? Is that why you're pulling away from this group? Are you feeling that dagger in your back with no proof of exactly what happened? Sometimes your spidey sense tells you, right? Tells you a lot more. It's just stuff to consider. Okay, so let's look at your numbers here. Now, when we add up everything in this reading, and we break it down, we get Jupiter energy. And what is Jupiter energy, right? Ultimately, you're looking at optimism, expansion, breaking out of that world that you were in into a whole new dimension, inviting luck back in. There is something blocking all that from you, keeping you from it. When we look at the numbers that came up the most, it's number 2, which is the moon. How many times can the moon come up, right? That intuition. I mean, it's pretty much what we've been saying all along. And in second place, you have Pluto, that death and rebirth Scorpion energy. Your lucky numbers this month are 20, 19, 34, 16, 13, and 2. There was no planet that we talked about more than another, believe it or not. We did speak about the moon a lot during this reading. I would say the moon probably wins, maybe by 1, but it was pretty even keeled. There were a lot of planets that we discussed. Now, as far as signs go, we talked about Cancer, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Gemini. And oddly enough, the one sign we talked about more than any other sign was Cancer. What is Cancer? The moon. Can't make this up. That's why I love doing the numbers at the end of the reading. Really ties things together and puts a period at the end of our sentence. So look for your manifestation this month, Pisces. Don't let people block you from it. Don't let their negative energy block you from it. Pull that dagger out of your back and rely upon your intuition, because it'll never, never steer you wrong. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste.